to the Amethyst Center and to Practical Shamanism Enlightened Self-Care. This is my apprentice Jen Marie, and I'm Azurae Windwalker, and today we're talking about dowsing water to its whole, complete, and perfect form. As everybody knows, our body is made up of 80-some% or 90-some% of water, and so the quality of the water that you input into your body has everything to do with your health. The water that we drink out of taps has a lot of chemicals in it, as well as the thought forms of people and other energies that are around that water. Our teacher at the Amethyst Center, Raymond Grace, taught us how to make what I call magic water, which is returning water to its full life force and to all of its health-giving properties. So that's what we're going to do today, because in this era of pandemic, drinking water that's fully energized and full of health and full of energy is so, so very important. And there's another reason to have water back to its original healthy form. We're going to be conducting a worldwide healing of the oceans and streams simply by putting magic water into the streams. And Raymond won an award from the governor of Virginia, believe it or not, for his work with making magic water and clearing up streams. And he also sponsored people going to lakes and rivers and picking up trash. But it's just fantastic to believe that a dowser would win an award from the government for helping to clear water through dowsing and intent. If you're familiar with the work of Masaru Emoto, you can put love or another beneficial, positive affirmation on water and freeze it and look at it through an electro microscope, and it has beautiful, beautiful snowflake designs. But if the water comes from a polluted place, or you put anger, hate, fear, all of those non-beneficial emotions that are floating around now, then it just looks all grungy and misshapen and kind of looks like a monster. You could put holy intent into water, and I've seen one water set that was frozen where it actually looked like it had a Buddha in it. Have you ever seen that? It was amazing. So water is life, and so we're going to work with water today. So what we do always, anytime we do healing, we welcome in the chief healing angels. We welcome in the spirit of nature, white buffalo calf woman, or whatever your culturally appropriate idea of the spirit of nature is. We welcome in the white light spiritual masters, certainly Jesus, as well as many other masters from time, space, and dimensions. We welcome in our divine centers of Christ consciousness, and we welcome in the spirit of water, because everything, including crystals, rocks, this barn, this rug, our cars, has a spirit or an energy or a frequency to it. So we welcome in the spirit of water since we're working with water. So we're going to start out by spinning dowsing counterclockwise. So we're going to go like this, counterclockwise, and we're just going to ask to cancel, neutralize, scramble, and delete any non-beneficial energy in this water and the water in our body, as well as the water in the aquifer underneath this place. Any non-beneficial energy is scrambled, neutralized, and deleted. Any non-beneficial entities that might be contained in the water, any chemicals, heavy metals, anything other than the purity and the beauty and the health that is water. Just clearing. And we're kind of tuned into the earth, and we're tuned into the sun, and we're just going to keep spinning till it's kind of like a green light that might come in, or you feel a yes. I get thumbs up. Oops. Okay, thumbs up. So they're cleared. So we've got Jen's water out of her tap, my water from the well. Okay. So now we're going to douse up the frequency of the water by going clockwise. So it's counterclockwise to clear, and clockwise to uplift the water. So we want to bring into this water, with the help of the spirit of the water, health, joy, vital life force, courage, well-being, in emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical bodies. We want to fill this water with the original blueprint of perfection that is water, and just giving thanks that this is done. Okay. So I have a dowsing meter in my head that I look at, and so anything above 8 is good. So where are we now? We're at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How can it be above 10? Well, it is. It's the best that ever was. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, yeah. Whew. So now we're going to try it out. So I'm used to what the water that comes out of the well tastes like. And when it stands around here in the barn, which is very high vibe, it gets a natural uplift anyway. But when you drink water that's been doused, it tingles and kind of jumps around in your mouth. It's unbelievable. So the first time I ever did this, I heard Raymond Grace on Coast to Coast AM. I was one of those idiots that would stay up all night and listen to our bell. It didn't even start till midnight. And I heard this voice that sounded familiar. He was from Southwest Virginia, like me. And he said, well, go get some water and I'll douse your water into its perfect form. So I went downstairs, got some water, came back upstairs, and I just, put my hands over the water and listened while he did the dowsing thing. And there was like 4 million people doing it all at one time. And then when I drank the water, I was astounded how much energy it was in it. So I had to know about it. And then we ended up having him here for a workshop. But even over the radio, it worked. And it worked for millions of people who all reacted, who said, I can't believe that my water is so good. Mm-hmm. And so even though people complained about how bad their water tastes and about the situation of pollution of water, you can douse it clear. And the fantastic thing is that when you put magic water in bodies of water, it turns the other water around it into a clear state. For instance, I had a client in Raleigh who had a little pond out back, and there was all kinds of algae, and it was, just not very healthy. We made some magic water over there. She put it in it within a week. It was clear. It was great. I had another friend who had a cistern up on top of one of the mountains here, and some tree roots had grown into the water. And they drank spring water and that was a containment area. And the water tastes like hell. It tasted like something dead was in it. She put just a tiny, just a tiny little thing of water in each one of them. And within 3 days, it was clear and the water tasted fine. That's how it works, folks. That's why we call it magic water, but it works with law of nature. So I'm going to pour each one of us a drink of this. And we'll give a little review, and then we'll drink Jen's. And we'll just describe what it tastes like. Okay. Wee. So what does it taste like to you, Jen?
Well, like you said before, it immediately kind of jumped or bounced. So I had to swallow it carefully. It just tastes, the word is clear. I know that's not the most describable kind of word, but I mean, it just tastes really good. And it's cold because also it's been in here. So that's
yeah, it's cold in here. It
just tastes really fresh.
Yeah, really fresh and kind of zingy. Has a lot of energy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pour this back in here because it's magic water. It'll just clear itself out. Okay, so now we're going to do some city water from Roanoke. And after drinking magic water, I have a hard time drinking city water. You know, let me be truthful. So let's see how this tastes. Smooth. And it kind of tinkles on your tongue. So without carbonation, it almost has a carbonated feeling of tingling.
Yeah.
But carbonation isn't particularly good for me. You know, now and then I drink ginger ale, but it's not particularly good for me. So you can get that carbonated kind of zinginess of water with Dowse water. Yes, very good. So cheers. With Raymond's CD and Raymond's YouTube of Dowsing Water, you can actually put your water in front of the CD and play it and get magic water without doing anything. So you can try it with this because we put the energy out there. But, you know, find yourself a pendulum. They're easy to find, or just get a necklace or one of my Life Force amulets, or just put a string on a bolt and do it yourself. You know, play the video, go along with me, and make a new habit to put more healthy water into your body, because you will really feel a difference. And so we give thanks and walk in balance.